Hello everyone, it's Fahim Kawashi. I'm going to show you how to create a Twitter account. Let's get started. So first thing, I will just open the internet browser, and then I will go to Google. Then click on Google, and in here you can type Twitter account setup. Then you can choose the link that links you to the Twitter. So you have a Twitter account setup, and the first one you can see is not the Twitter website, and that is not to do with the help. I want something that says sign up for Twitter. So I'm going to click on this one, and I can see the web address is twitter.com. So that is something you need to look at when you sign up for Twitter. Once you click on that, then you will get this screen, and it will prompt you to type your name and your either phone number or email address. So I'm going to type my full name. Then I will click on, I don't want to use my phone number, I will use my email instead. So in there I will just type my email address. And then I will click on next. In here I can choose customize your experience, and you can choose whether you want to tick any of these or not. If you don't want to take them, you can take them later on. You can customize your profile after you have logged in. I'm going to click on this button just for now, and I'm going to leave these out, so I will not take these for now. I will be showing you later on how you can customize other elements of a Twitter profile. So click on next, and click on sign up. As soon as you press that sign up, you will receive a Twitter code, and they will have sent it to my email, which I will show you here. So I just received this Twitter account. I will just double click on this, right click, copy, then I will just go to the other screen, verification code, and paste it. You can right click, paste, or just Control V. Control V on your keyboard, it will give you the code. So I just copied and pasted the code. Click on next, and you will need a password, so it needs to be 6 characters or longer. So use something that you prefer to use all the time, and then once you log in, you just click on next. The next screen, I'm going to skip this because I will be showing you later how to do this in a professional way. So you can either pick a profile picture if you want at the moment, or just skip for now. I would skip first, then later on I can choose to complete that section in my profile section. Then you can describe yourself, what makes you special. Don't think too hard, just have fun with it. So you can add something about you here, and for example, you can just mention that I'm interested in nature, science, IT, whatever, and whatever makes you stand out maybe from a crowd. So anything that makes you special. Then click on skip for now. Then you come to this screen here. So do you want to find friends and see who they follow? So see who you are already following, or maybe you already have friends who are on Twitter. So this is the screen where you can upload your contacts. But for now, I'm just clicking not now, because I can choose that later on. I can choose specifically who I want to follow. This is another screen where you can select what topics you're interested in. So you can select the topics you're interested in order to help you personalize your Twitter experience, and you can start with finding people to follow. And as you can see here, these areas of interest have been categorized as news, music, entertainment. If you scroll down here, you will see YouTube, gaming, esports, sports, and fun. So you can choose whatever you like. For example, in my instance, I can choose travel. But even if you don't choose anything here, you can go on select these interests later on. And you can choose animals, for example, and you may like other things. But no, if you like entertainment, for example, if you want books, movies, YouTube, and you can choose any other interest. If you don't see them in here, for example, you click in there. If you'd like politics, you just type politics and press enter, and then you will see politics, for example, politics and news. So you can click on that. Then you can click on another one if you want government, for example, government UK, you click on that. If you want anything to do with other areas, for example, World Cup, World News, World, so if you just type World, you will see lots of other hashtags in here to do with world trends. Then click on next. Then you will get a suggestion. Once you've selected that, you get a suggestion who you want to follow. So when you follow someone, you'll see their tweets in your home timeline. And then you can choose, okay, who you want to follow here. Even though I selected that category, and I still haven't selected who I want to follow. I will be doing this later on. But this is what you would see if you had chosen in the previous screen what you want, what you're interested in. Then Twitter will suggest that you follow these. You don't have to, but you can go and scroll down and see there's maybe a celebrity or maybe a particular person you like to follow, and you can click on follow. And then you go to next. I'm not going to follow anyone here because I will be following this later on on my other screen. I will show you how you can select what I want to follow. Then you can choose to turn on notifications to get the most out of Twitter by staying up to date with what's happening. So you can allow notifications, or you can just skip it for now. We will do that separately. And here is your main screen. That's where you get this Twitter account. So this is the main page. As soon as you come here, then you can explore. I would recommend you spend some time looking at these menus. You go to home, for example. This is your main page. This is your timeline, and you can start by doing a tweet in here, for example. You can start a tweet with a hashtag, and you can also do lots of other things in this area or in this section here. What I would like you to do is suggest you do first is just look at all these options first. I will show you how you can add tweets, how you can add links later on, but let's just look at these options we have here. So you have explore, you have all these options here, notifications, nothing to see here yet, and then you can go to messages, bookmarks. This is where you can add shortcuts as well, and then you have lists, pinned, or maybe you can create your own list. Then you go to your profile, and this is where you're going to start first. So this is where I'm going to add my picture here, and then I will add other information that I need to set up my profile. And then you click on more, and if you go to there, you can choose analytics, and that will give you more information about analytics, signing with Twitter, and you can see lots of basically activities being analyzed. So how many people are following, who is following, what are you following, so all that kind of information. That's it. I think that's it for now. Once you click on this, you can just go to the main page again. Then you can go and practice all the other areas of Twitter. So for the analytics, you would need to log in with this sign in with Twitter account again, and then you can Hello everyone. I'm going to show you next how to log back into Twitter account and to change the profile. So I showed you in the previous video how to create a profile or how to sign up to a Twitter account. Now let's go back and do make some changes there. So I'm going to go back to internet, go back to Google, and then simply just type in there in Google. You can just type Twitter login, then click on Twitter login. So login on Twitter. When you basically, I have just logged in and I saved my logins, but if you didn't see that, I'm going to show you how to log out first. So click on this icon here, because that is my profile picture which I just added a minute ago. So I'm going to go back there. I'm going to click on log out and log out from here. So that's how you log out safely. Then if you want to log in again, so you can just simply close this again, click on login, and then you type your username and a password, the one you just created earlier. And once you've done that, you can just carry on and do the next step, which I will be showing you in a minute. Okay, so we are logged in now. What we need to do now, we're going to make some changes to our profile. So first of all, you go to this home page here. I'm going to make this screen bigger so you can see the whole screen. As you can see, there are some changes to Twitter. You used to see a browser search bar there as well, but you don't see that in here. So now you simply have the complete Twitter homepage, which is basically, as we just mentioned earlier, a microblogging platform that simply gives everyone a global voice. And in order to do that, you have to follow other people, and also you can tweet, share tweets, and everything else. So let's get started. First of all, we want to get the profile completed. As you can see here, you can click on the left hand side profile, click on that. Then when you come to this screen, I also want to add a picture in the background here. I've just added this one here, but let's say I don't like this. I want to change it. I can go to edit profile, and I can click on the picture, and I can simply add another picture there. So I can just choose another picture. So but at the moment I don't need to add that, and I'm happy with that picture. But what I want to do is I want to see a background picture, because this is the first thing that other users or other connections or other followers you have will be seeing. So let's go and change that. You can add your own picture there, or you can simply go to Canva or any other or maybe Photoshop or whatever imaging software you use to create an image that reflects you, or reflects your services, or reflects your passion. So you can click on that. I've already created one. I've used something called Canva to create this. So I'm going to go to desktop, and I'm going to add this make your own rules about learning, and this is the main image I want to be in the background. So I just click on apply. So once you get that, now you want to go, and also we can go click on save to see how that looks like. So that's it. Now what's missing here is my headline. So as you can see, they can see, for example, my name, but no one knows what I want or what I'm passionate about. So I'm going to add a bit of a line there. So click on edit profile again. So that's called headline. So in this case is add your bio or biography. So in there you can just simply type I am passionate about this, about that. So depending on whatever you're passionate about. I already have some text that I'm going to use for this, so probably I will just be copying and pasting that text from a Word document, and then simply just carry on with that. So I'm going to go to Word document, and I've got this document. I'm going to copy and paste in here. Control V. So I've copied the text and I'm pasting that there. So Control B, and that's my text. So I'm passionate about teaching and learning. I enjoy adopting flexible pragmatic approaches to learning and training while tailoring it to individuals or group. So this is me, so you can adapt this to whatever you're passionate about. Then location, you can just simply stay there, maybe London or wherever you are. And if you have a web address, you can add that web address there, and also you can change your date of birth here. So this is something you could change for your profile, and that's your profile. So now I can see that my profile. If I go to home, if I refresh the screen, then I can go back to my picture here. Now I can see that this is what people see once they look at my profile. Now initially when you log in, you don't see any one in here. So what you can do in here, so you don't see all this information, I've just added these, but I'm going to show you. So this yours will be blank here to start with. So what you need to do before you can see anything below there, you need to start following someone. And if you don't know exactly anyone's Twitter account or anyone's Twitter username, for example, then you can just start using something that is general. For example, I want to see in here BBC News. So I don't know what the username for BBC journalist is, but I will simply type in there and search Twitter BBC. Then I can see maybe a list of BBC News, for example. So people. So BBC Breaking. So what I could do is just click on follow. If I click on BBC Sport and BBC Earth, so I'm going to follow all these three. But let's say I don't want actually BBC Sport, I just want BBC Breaking News. I can move the cursor, that changes to unfollow. So you can unfollow them automatically. Or if you unfollow by mistake, like this, then you can go back and follow again. So that's how you can follow or unfollow users. So that's it. That is an example of how you do that. If you go back to home, you will see, if you scroll down now, you will see a lot of information about all the websites I'm following, also all the Twitter users that I'm following. So all of them will be here. So if I go back again to explore, I can go and search for other users who I can choose who I want to follow. So as you can see here, there are some other examples, and I can also go and add a tweet. So I can go to tweet here, and I can just type anything. For example, enjoying learning on a lynda.com platform, for example, yeah, and click on OK, tweet, and then you can go to home, and your tweets will be all the way up, so should be in the beginning there. So as soon as you type something, so that's it, enjoying learning lynda.com, and that is my first tweet there. So I can see the tweet there, or I could also add something else. For example, meeting with a trainer at Fame Kawashi, for example, that's me, and click on tweet. So I can see that I'm meeting with this trainer, and you can see that's the username. So if I click on that, that will give me the access to that person's profile. So this is how you can search for other users as well, and this is how you can create profiles. And you can also change other things in here, notifications, for example, if you've been mentioned in there. So click on mentions, for example. I have an account, so here someone has mentioned me, so Flex Learning Limited, and that is an example of how you can change this. And then you have bookmarks, so you can add these users to your bookmarks, for example, if you want to follow something, and you can click on here, and you can choose other options in there. For example, if I go back to this person, I can choose to follow, add to list, or maybe I can also block this user. Hello again, it's Fahim Kaboshi. We're just carrying on with this next demonstration on Twitter. So what I wanted to do is show you how to deal with tweets that you don't want, or if you make a mistake and you want to make changes. So with tweet is not the same as you would do probably on Facebook, for example. You can go and edit your post. In here you cannot do that. I'm going to show you how to deal with that. So let's say I can see this is one of my tweets. So for example, I want to change this word lean to learn, but this will not allow me. If I try go to this drop down list, I cannot see any option here to edit. So the only way I can do is I can delete and click on delete, and I can come and redo that again. So what I'm going to do is I can go to home again, then I'm going to click on tweet, and also I'm going to show you here how to tweet and also add a link from a different website. For example, you may want to add a link from YouTube. So if I go to tweet, for example, so what's happening, so this is where I add my tweet, and in here I want to add for example tweet about LinkedIn. So again, I've got the text. I'm just going to copy and paste, but you can still type it yourself. And then in here I'm going to bring a hyperlink. So LinkedIn is a great tool for you to widen your professional connections and whatever. And then if you want to learn more how to create a LinkedIn profile, have a look at this tutorial. So I have a tutorial that I have created and uploaded it on YouTube. So I'm going to go back to YouTube and copy and paste that hyperlink here. So click on YouTube here. I've got this YouTube page here. So all I have to do is go there, right click and copy. Then I go back to Twitter and go there and paste. Then click on tweet. Now this is my tweet and this is my hyperlink, and that's it. That's all in there. If I wanted to add this or any other tweet to my bookmarks, I can click on this button here. Click on this button here, and you can choose add tweet to bookmark. I could do the same thing with BBC Sport. Click on there, and I can also do the same thing. So BBC, scroll down and click on this button here, and click on add tweet to bookmarks. If you like a tweet, for example, you can click on that. As you can see, the number will change to 30 automatically. So you like it, but you say okay, you may change your mind. Actually no, you don't like it after you've read it, then you go and change that, unlike it. And then you can also retweet. This is the button where you can retweet, and this is a button where you can for example, if I click on that, I have an option retweet or retweet with comment. So that's how you can do for example, if I click on retweet with comment, I will get this screen. I can say okay, great news, England is winning the World Cup, whatever you want to say there, and click on retweet and close that. And then if you want to reply to a tweet, so if you want to get involved in this discussion or whatever this person has tweeted, you click on this little button here and you tweet your reply there, and then you can click on reply. Now if you want to create a poll, for example, on your tweet, for example, you can click on this little button here, and then you can choose tweets as well. So for example, you go to tweet, you have these options here, then click on this little button here, and it will give you an option to create a question and also give up to 4 options of choices. For example, who do you think will win the World Cup? And then you can choose here. You have choices, for example, up to 25 characters. For example, England, I don't know, Kosovo, or maybe add more choices, Italy, or I can choose France. And then poll length, how long do you want to run this? How long do you want to run this poll? And usually, people can use this for political reasons as well. Who do you think will win maybe elections or whatever? So you could use something like that. So poll, you can run it for different days. So as you can see here, you have 7 days, and I can choose, okay, I want to run this for maybe 2 days to give me some ideas, and then click on tweet. And then people can reply to this. So this is my poll. Okay, that's how you create a poll, and that's how you created a link. So we just created we tweeted with a link, and also tweeted earlier just simply with a text, and added a link to this. And you can also tweet privately, or if you want to make changes actually to tweets, if you want to protect your tweets, you can go to more and choose settings and privacy. And in here, first of all, let's say I'm going to start with username first of all, and I can choose my username to be different. So if I want my username to be like that, I want my username, for example, to be FK or maybe just Flex Learning. And if that username has been used by somebody else, it will tell you this username is not available. So as you can see here, the username has been taken. So what I could do is just add maybe LTD. And now I can see that is working, so I can click on save. So now my username is not FM Kawashi, it's Flex Learning Limited. So Flex Learning Ltd. And that is my username. Then you can also go and do, so in terms of privacy and safety, if you want to protect your tweets, you can tick this box here, and only people who are basically your followers can see your tweets, and this will make them visible only to those that are following you. So that's how you can protect them. So you can protect, and you can also, if you say, if you decide you don't want them to be protected, you would rather have them open to the public, you want everyone to see them, go back there, untick, and everything goes back to original state. Next thing I wanted to show you here is basically lists. You can create a list of things you want to do. So I've added a list in here, for example. You can pin different things to a list, click on there, and you can add different websites, different followers to your list. For example, who to follow, whatever. So you have the Learning Guild, and if you want to maybe, I don't know, choose that one here. If you want to see more options for this particular person, you can say follow, or maybe just click on this drop down list and choose maybe a mute, or you can add or remove from list. So click on add to list and click on learning links, which I created earlier. Or I could simply create a new list. So I can go back to list and create click on list and click on that, and I can click on new list and choose for example sports, and then this is links about sports news. Then click on next. Then I can go and add, for example, if I just type the sports, and I can choose Sky Sport, I can choose any other list, for example, BBC, or just sport again, just type sport, because I don't know what it's called, and I can add other BBC Sport, for example, there, and click on done, and they will become part of your list. So that's how you can change that. So every time you want to make changes to your profile or security or username, you go to more, then you go to these settings and privacy. And if you want to see how well you're doing in terms of your tweets, you can look at analytics and then sign in with Twitter as well, and that is a tool that can give you ideas about how well your tweets are being seen, reviewed, or maybe retweeted. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something. and I will be creating a fuller, more longer course later on. Thank you. Okay, next thing I wanted to show you in Twitter platform is how to create a tweet with a hashtag. So we're going to learn how to use hashtags. So for example, if I wanted to type a tweet, so I would go the same. I either click in here what's happening, or I can click on tweet. Then in here I will just type what I want to type in there, then add the hashtag. So I'm going to copy and paste some text I already have written in here, and this is so for example, I'm looking forward to tomorrow visit to the beach, and then I'm going to add for example in Bournemouth here. So this is an example of normal tweet, but I want to add a hashtag which will become a hyperlink. So hashtag, and you can add Bournemouth, BOU, and if you want to see all the options there, Twitter will prompt you to add some of the most common relevant tweets. So if I click on Bournemouth, so that becomes a hyperlink now. I could also add maybe another tweet, so I could do another tweet there and maybe add swimming, for example. So you want to discard that? No, I don't want to discard that, so but you can go back and do another tweet, and I just type for example another tweet. You would do whatever it's called, or maybe you can just click on tweet, save this, and let's go and test it first, and then click on this hyperlink here, and that takes you to the Bournemouth tweets, and you can scroll down and you can see all the tweets that are related to that tweet subject or user account. So all these are linked to their Bournemouth tweet. So it could be that they have been mentioned in one of those tweets by other people, or maybe the person who actually owns this account has been maybe involved in this discussion or tweets, or retweeted, or maybe just been added on their list. So this is how you can add the tweet with the hashtag, so which acts as a hyperlink. So what would happen if you don't want that? So go to home again, and you just realize, actually, you know what, that tweet is not appropriate, I'm going to delete that. We are in isolation now, we can't go swimming, we can't be that free, so let's go back there and delete. So I'm going to delete that, and that's it. So I can also get rid of any other websites I don't want to see. If I don't want to follow these, click on there, and I can just say unfollow, and then I can go back to the next one as well. And maybe if you don't want this BBC Sport, you can do the same thing. You can this, if you, when you refresh, this will actually disappear from your top list as well. And another thing I wanted to show you here is how to change the display. So if you you prefer different colors for buttons, for example, things like that, you can change the display. And the way you do that, you go to this more button and you click on display, and then you can choose here the default one. For example, that's the first one would be blue, and it matches the icon of the Twitter, which is the blue color of the bird. So basically it's the same thing you would or the dove, whatever you want to call. So then you have different colors here. You can click on that, you can click on this, and you can click on any of these colors. So let's say I want green, so I'm going to click on green, and I can choose I want it dim maybe, or maybe I want lights out, and maybe I prefer this kind of screen. So click OK, and that's how you can view your screen if you prefer. If you don't like that, again, go back to more, choose display, and choose I want that to be only dimmed, and I don't want that to be that maybe that the dark, so I want it to be lighter or brighter. Click on there, click on done, and that is a bit brighter. So if you still don't want that, go back, change it to the way it were, maybe just choose the default and click OK, and that still kept the green color that I wanted, but the background is all nice and bright. So that's how I want it to be. Now when you finish, I would recommend for security reasons always log out. So to log out, click on this icon here and choose log out, and log out again. And that's it. I think we are done for today's demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something, and I look forward to our future tutorials that I will be creating and sharing with you. Thank you very much.